Hey guys, Big Dave here from Tales of Telara. I'd like to take a moment to welcome you to our brand new show. Yes, episode 1 of our new show called Warfronts! This show is designed to help Rift's PvE community feel a little more comfortable participating in PvP Warfronts. How are we going to do that, you might say? Well, you're going to watch me fail miserably at PvP and critique myself. In order to do this in a consistent manner, I've laid out 4 series guidelines. Let's take a real quick look at those. Now, if you want more information on the guidelines, please watch the pilot episode, episode 0, where I go in much, much greater depth on these. Okay, let's look over these real quick. Number 1, we're going to learn from replays, specifically my replays. Now, if you want, you can have a laugh at these because I'm frankly not that great of a PvP player. I am mainly a PvE player, and that's what's inspired me to create this series. I'm going to try to learn from my own mistakes, and I'm going to hope that maybe you'll learn something along the way too. Alright, number 2, we're going to focus on basic PvP concepts, things that may not be intuitive for PvE players. Number 3, we're going to learn how we can contribute in our PvE spec in a PvP warfront. We're going to utilize spells and abilities that may not even be on your bar for PvE, but that we can quickly drop on and make us much more effective in PvP. And what are we on? 4? Wow. Number 4, we're going to try to be the best player that we can be. Now, that doesn't mean the best player ever. It just means the best player we can be at that moment. Because, let's face it, we're not going to be the best PvP player in our PvE spec. So let's just focus on doing everything we can to be as good as we can in that moment, in that spec, in that warfront. And we do have an unwritten 5th rule. Rule number 5, have fun, all right? Let's have fun. This isn't a job, it's a game. Have fun. With those guidelines in mind, let's get to the action. Okay, this is my level 15 Cleric, and she is spec'd into Inquisitor right now, which I do enjoy as a PvE spec. I'm a little skeptical about its PvP viability. Just a lot of casting just seems a little odd. But we'll see how it goes in this game. We'll see how it goes in future games. And maybe I'll respec. I don't quite have all the souls pinned down yet, so I don't have a second roll. But we'll see where we go from here. See how I continue to enjoy this spec in both PvE and PvP. Alright, we are off to a nice start. Again, things to remember. Let's not forget our defensive cooldowns. Let's not forget, and there's my defensive shield right on cue. Let's not forget dots, ways to persist after death, things of that nature. Good pushback there. I attempt to push in just to make space, but that well-placed well-placed pushback there, that spell, it just threw me off my entire game, and I wasted that life. Off to a rough start. As we go through this, what you will see is there's a premade in here. Bloodthirsty is the name of the guild, and they do a fantastic job of, just destroying us pretty much. They will do effective fang trading. They will always be on one another in order to make sure that if one of them drops a fang, the other one picks it up right away. So we're going to push in here, and we're going to look for harassment on the fang carrier. Get a slow in there. I'm getting some heals. I'm getting heals from my Vex, which is nice, my dot that gives me heals. I'm going to attempt and push as hard as I can to harass this fang carrier. I am pretty much outnumbered by this premade, and I go down just like that. Alright, so that's death number 2. That was a little bit of a Rambo move. I mean, I wanted to drive forward in hopes that my team would follow, but they didn't. And that's pretty much a theme with this team. I do tend to Rambo in. I'm going to say that every single time. I go for the fang carrier. It's all I know. It's what I do. So, I could get better decision making on that. I mean, I could get better at the decision making process of when to run headlong at the fang carrier and when to maybe wait for a couple more of my guys to be on my, on my 6. But, I'm learning. Okay, so here we go. We are moving in. Nice, I got to slow off there, but nice teamwork again by the bloodthirsty premade. They're all hanging right around together. You've got heals, you've got Plenty of good damage. I do get some heals here, which is nice. We focus on the Fang Carrier. You know, we're just not able to put out enough damage at this point. I am getting heals, like I said. Fang Carrier's getting heals too. I managed to tank 3 or 4 guys, and I'm waiting and waiting for the rest of my team. It just never happens. Alright, so what do we got here? Death number 3. You know, you see some dots continuing to roll. That's something that I'm going to be consistent with. I want to always persist after death. I did get a couple of dots out there that did roll for a short time. Now, this is a good start. Several of us spawn in together. We start to move forward. Fantastic, you know. I like that. I like it a lot. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, hey, we're gonna team up here, and no. 2 guys stop to focus one. We split up. Part of that's me, or all of that's me. But myself and this other dude, Roa, we get to the Fang Carrier, and we put him down. I grab Star Offense. Like I've said, I go for the Flag Carrier. That, of course, is the achievement for killing 3 Fang Carriers in one game. But at that point, again, Bloodthirsty, the premade, they're just there. They're just on top of us, and I take a minute to look at my achievement and wave my mouse around it. Again, that's the thing that I do well. At this point, I hadn't really done much PvP on this particular Cleric, so that's why that's going to come into play, that particular achievement. That's the word I'm looking for, achievement. So again, here we see some consistency out of the other team. One player drops it, the other player is immediately on top of it. We'll push in here. Some decent teamwork. I mean, we are moving forward together, focusing the Fang Carrier. I get my slow off there. You know, and again, this is where it's starting to feel clunky. It's just, I'm standing and I'm casting, and I do get the Fang Carrier down with help from the Fang itself and Roa again. Roa. Grab the Fang, and I'm off. Defensive shield is on, and I am moving. I just want to get this thing back to my own territory. You know, this is what I'm looking for. I'm push it back. I'll stop to heal myself for a second. I got a quick slow on the opponent, which gave me a small bit of breathing room. Once I am back at full health, I'm going to go line of sight behind the tree here and pull my healers with me. And we're gonna sit on the we're gonna sit on the Fang for a minute, and great heals here. I'm healing myself, they're healing me. I'm just trying to maintain line of sight as I readjust for that player on the left. Here comes a stealthy. He's gonna unload on me pretty good. Again, great heals. AOE here. Need to get out of it. I need to get out of it. There we go. Got out of it, and also got some timely heals. Okay, and I'm going to keep banging, just keep trying to throw heals on myself. Nice push, nice knockback. A lot of these classes, they have these, at low levels, they have these abilities that are almost game changers. Alright, this is going to be death number 5. Again, I tried to do what I could. I'm not this invincible Cleric build. You know, I'm not like a Justicar. I'm not one of these invincible tank builds. I'm just using that standard set, so I couldn't last forever. That was some great healing, but if you notice, we had more bodies around the Fang, but they still grabbed it. That's tough to take, but in the end, another losing game, and there we go. Alright, again, what did we learn here? It's hard to combat a good pre-made. You know, nothing standing out. We'll take a look here at the stats. You know, I took a lot of healing because I held the Fang. I was the only player on our team, too. You know, I did some healing, not a whole lot, very low on the damage. I'm just not feeling the damage with this Cleric build. It's a little rough. I did end up number 1 on Favor. Favor's always nice. Love Favor. Led the team in deaths. That's the Rambo in me. I do tend to die a lot. You know, kills did well. Carrier kills, of course, got the 3 because I got the achievement. As you saw, I was the only one on our team to carry the flag, and I held it for a minute 5. Decent game. Again, what did we really take away? This was the game where we learned that premades kill you. Premades kill you. That's right. Bloodthirsty came into this as a group, and they went out with a win as a group. I was surprised we were able to do what we were against a premade. it happens. You're going to bump into premades, a lot of them in the low levels. There were a lot of people in that premade utilizing their game-changing skills in great ways. You had the, I believe, Necromancer AoE that was being utilized effectively. I think that was the Stormcaller with his multiple target lightning bolt dealy that comes down from the sky. These guys were doing great damage with those. I mean, I can't say anything but premades, they rock, especially in the low levels when you've got a lot of disorganized players who don't quite know what they're doing. Yes, I was one of those disorganized players. I think I had a pretty good game there, not one of my best, but pretty darn good. All right, let's talk about next week. Next week on the show, we are going to go for, let's see, off the top of my head, how about 20 to 29 bracket Rogue? We'll give it a try. I don't know if it'll be Codex or Blackgarden. I might just do random, and we'll see what we get. I think I've actually probably got to do Codex because we've done 2 Blackgarden episodes, the pilot and this premiere episode. So we will go 20 to 29 Rogue Codex next week. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to attempt to learn more and more about PvP, and we're going to try to adjust our PvE mindsets. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and be here next week.